Okay, welcome back to my classroom. I have so much to fill you in on. I have 1 week under my belt and I want to tell you everything I've learned. Okay, so everything was going to plan until it wasn't. All right, welcome back to my classroom. I have 1 week of school under my belt. Let me share with you everything I've learned so far. Feel like, I don't even know, like a crazy gardener wearing all this stuff. Okay, hello, I am shiny. I just got done with a group outside. Things are pretty awesome. I'll tell you, I pretty much dreaded this a lot, and things are going fairly well, and I'm very happy about that. So some misconceptions I want to address. My first and number one fear, I would have sworn that the first day of school would have been an absolute emotional nightmare. False! So many parents were joyous to drop off. Students were joyous to be at school. It was really a positive experience. I didn't see a single tear at school until about the third day. And those tears were about like not liking the shoes they're wearing to school. So it wasn't even emotionally related to being at school. I'm fairly fortunate to have a large amount of buckets and an even larger amount of drumsticks. But for those in-between jobs, this is our bucket of wipes where we can go around and wipe everything down. I also am utilizing some sprays just to make it easier to get the drumsticks covered entirely. Instead of having to wipe down each stick, I can line them up and spray them. In a grand total of about 7 school days so far, I've only had to talk to 2 students about not having a mask on them. Of course, there are some students where it slips under their nose or they forgot that it's underneath their chin, but that can be fixed very quickly. There's only about 2 students where we had to stop what we were doing, find their mask or find a new mask, and then get them back to what they were up to. So the plan our specialist team came up with was to teach outside. Regulations for indoor and outdoor activity, of course, are different. So we thought, let's have the students be outside where we have way more space to spread out. We can have the joy of the sun and the wind blowing and just have a little bit more fun, and I think also be a little bit safer outside. If you saw my last video, you saw me setting up my classroom, and the whole point of that was if the weather wasn't great outside, we can come inside and learn in the classroom. But otherwise, the intention was to always be outside playing buckets with drumsticks and being able to play rhythms out loud and make up our own beats. But that was the plan, and it worked. The first week. And then like something I would never imagine happened. Snow in Las Vegas. Snow in Las Vegas in March. We had 1 week outside, and now we're on a week and a half of inclement weather between rain, wind, and snow. I mean, it was amazing to see, and the children absolutely loved it. It was really the break from reality that we needed, but man, couldn't drum outside because of snow in Vegas in March. But luckily there's a lot of good that came from this week also. I had some friends that watched my last video and a certain line caught their attention. I do not have enough mallets to alternate mallets for xylophones. So xylophones are kind of off the menu at the moment because I don't have a way to safely have one group go from one to the next. In the video, I shortly mentioned that I don't have enough mallets to do xylophones or steel drums because there's no way to keep it sanitary in between without really having about 10 minutes to wipe down every stick thoroughly. We want to do a good job, right? Of course. So I want to talk about the people who saw that video and then thought I can help. I posted that first video late in the evening and went to sleep shortly after I posted it. When I woke up, I received a text message from Ockey at the Signature Real Estate Group, and she just asked, what do you need? What can I do? What mallets do you need so that students can play xylophones at school? A few text messages later and a couple of business days, this giant box shows up with 50 pairs of mallets inside of it. I can't express to you what this means as far as ease of teaching. How much easier it's going to be to teach a xylophone and say, okay, you've touched those sticks, put those aside. The next student's going to get fresh sticks that's not been touched so far today. What a gift that she provided me, and I can't say thank you enough. The students are going to win with this one, and I really appreciate it. If you're in the Las Vegas or Henderson area, I put Ockey's business contact in the description of this video. The next person that helped out actually wanted to stay anonymous, but they partnered with Guitar Center to help us get a whole lot of Jumbie Jam mallets. These Jumbie Jam mallets are going to really help us out with the same goal, where a student can touch a set of mallets and not have to share or wipe down in between playing. So I want to give a huge thank you so much to this anonymous friend, but also to Guitar Center for making it possible to receive these great products in a timely fashion. Thank you so much. The last group of people I want to say thank you to is actually a group of people near and dear to my heart. They go by the name of Penn Court Posse. And these are the friends that lived in my neighborhood during my undergraduate time at the University of Kentucky. We became fast friends through the percussion studio. Then we became neighbors, funny enough. They had a whole neighborhood for undergraduate living, and we found a way to basically monopolize the neighborhood, which was a pretty fun time to be able to walk out of your house and your neighbor's house is a drummer, and your neighbor's house is a drummer, and the next drummer over is a house. Wait a second. Out of the blue, I received a Venmo from them saying, purchase whatever you need for your classroom. And they took a collection amongst them, and I just couldn't believe the warm feelings it gave me were just incredible. And between all of this, everything I've had to say in this video, I know how incredibly fortunate I am, but it's honestly these people who are willing to give that make this so amazing. But I used the money that they sent in to collect a lot more drumsticks and a lot more boom whackers, just because you can never have enough of either, honestly. The drumsticks have been a huge hit, and this really made sure that we're not going to run out. And the boom whackers are a fantastic way for one student to have one instrument, and it's a nice slick surface that we can wipe down easily and know that we probably got most of the germs. So thank you to the Penn Court Posse. Thank you to Erica Ockey at the Signature Real Estate Group. And thank you to our anonymous donor and Guitar Center. Thank you so much for just making this an easier experience. Every teacher right now is going through something they've probably never had to go through before. And to have this support, it changed me. It changed my attitude. It changed the way I thought of doing things. I am incredibly grateful. And if you're seeing this video, there's a music teacher in your neighborhood or nearby, or at a school nearby, or they're in your neighborhood, where a simple bag of drumsticks, simple mallet or two, is going to change how well they can teach. And I just hope this inspires those around you that if you have the ability to give, by all means give. But honestly, music teachers out there are giving their all right now. We're not giving up. We're so close to the end of this school year, and fingers crossed that come August, things are a little bit closer to normal.
This is my audition for Blue Man Group.